The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Megan Shepard. Thank you so much for joining us. Topping news, layoffs projected at the island's leading hotel property. The Commonwealth Union of Hotel Services and Allied Workers confirming today that union executives, along with its advisor, attorney Obi Ferguson, were told by management of the Grand Lucayan Resort that close to 60 jobs will be on the chopping block in the coming days. Attorney Obi Ferguson telling ZNS News this afternoon that the planned terminations will not go down well on Grand Bahama given the state of the economy.
Areas are security area, the housekeeping, the laundry department, they're looking at, and reservations. There are some of the areas they're looking at this point. But the immediate feedback that I receive is very, very difficult for them to accept. And the president of the union is not prepared to accept it, nor her executive board. Therefore, I think it's going to be a little rough road trying to find a happy medium that would be reasonable.
Ferguson says while the government appears to be doing all it can to help during these tough times, he believes some companies are not going far enough to help the workers. The union is calling on the government to intervene in this situation. The union is accusing management of the resort of making plans to replace these workers with casual and part-time workers without job security or status.
If they terminate these workers and they are employed by another company, things like vacation, things like sick pay, things like pension, and those type of situations would be out. I mean, for example, they would not be able to get a loan, some of them, because the loan have a lot to do with how long they've been employed with the company and some level of stability. And some of these fly-by-night companies that come in, the so-called hire these workers, aren't able to satisfy the lending institution that these people should be given any money on the basis of their employment. So all of those type of things are going to definitely have a serious and a negative effect on the average worker.
Attorney Obi Ferguson says the union plans to meet with members on Grand Bahama this week to discuss the next course of action. We contacted an executive with the Hutchinson Resort property, but they did not confirm or deny the pending terminations. A story regarding a family's fight for a land ownership which landed a Grand Bahama man behind bars taking a new twist. Joan Davis-Roll has that story.
The magistrate said to Mr. Cedric Hepburn and to Mr. Troy Garvey and to all of you who are here today, the charges against Mr. Cedric Hepburn has been withdrawn. There's no case in this matter to the Fortune Key incident.
A surprise ending coming Friday in a case involving resident Cedric Hepburn, as Magistrate Debbie Ferguson announced that the case has been withdrawn. The initial charges were filed 2 months after the dramatic turn of events on Tuesday, January 22, 2013. It was an incident which went viral as Hepburn took a bulldozer and rammed it into the entrance of a gated community in Fortune Bay known as Fortune Key. Hepburn was accused of causing $11,000 in damages and pleaded not guilty to the charge. This action reportedly coming after the situation came to a head over a land dispute between the Hepburn family and principals of the Grand Bahama Port Authority over legal ownership of property located in the upscale community. Now, local activists Troy Garvey and Ethnian Farquharson say they were in court on Friday when Magistrate Debbie Ferguson informed the court of the latest turn of events.
First of all, let's give God the glory, for all things are possible when you trust in Him. That's number one. Number two, on Friday, it dealt my heart a positive blow to show that the small man will get righteousness in this town. Justice will prevail. When all charges for Mr. Cedric Hepburn was dismissed by Magistrate Debbie Ferguson in regards to the Fortune Key incident, when everybody can remember that he knocked down the gate under the auspices of claiming ownership to the land up there in Fortune Key. I think today is showing that that's victory number one.
We must not forget that David did kill Goliath, I think that would speak volumes to the situation now.
The plaintiffs in this case were Fortune Key Development and Fortune Key Homeowners Association. During Hepburn's first court appearance, Magistrate Debbie Ferguson stated that in accordance with amendments in the law, she informed Hepburn, who was on police bail, that she had no jurisdiction to grant bail. Hence, he would have to apply to the Supreme Court for bail. He was then taken into police custody until such time as an application for bail could be filed. Meanwhile, Garvey Farquharson, along with activist Joseph Dowell, are now questioning the way Hepburn was treated and are calling for a public apology.
I believe, in all honesty, Cedric Hepburn needs a public apology from all, even to those who call him a terrorist, because it decharacterized his integrity, even as far as travel. His level was moved up to a level where they was looking at him in a funny way. So he deserves a public apology from all and sundry to make sure that his name has been vindicated.
Well, I think the police should apologize and to Mr. Hepburn, and I think there should be some sorts of reparation.
From the human rights perspective, I would like to congratulate that court and say that it sets a precedent that you cannot always fool with the common man, because there's no man that's common. We all have the dignity of the divine, and therefore our rights have to be respected.
Joan Davis-Roll, ZNS Network News.
Police say the man killed in a stabbing incident over in Bimini last week has been identified as 45-year-old Carl Yerga of Pennsylvania. He was stabbed on the premises of a resort property on that island last Friday. According to ABC News in Pennsylvania, Yerga was a youth leader from Berks County who was on a business trip to Bimini when the fatal stabbing occurred. According to the U.S. media, 4 Americans on spring break are being held in connection with the stabbing. Local police say investigations are continuing. A fire in the Malibu Reef area yesterday having an impact on the surrounding area. Smoke pillowed 4 miles last evening, blanketing a significant portion of the Call Road and downtown areas. Fire crews have been monitoring the situation. The thick smoke also having an impact on schools in the immediate area today and forcing early closure for some institutions. St. George's High and Sunland Baptist Academy among the schools that were forced to dismiss classes early this morning. Reports say some students complained of respiratory problems as well as other smoke-related ailments due to the thick smoke in the general vicinity. As for now, for the most part, the smoke has dissipated. Firefighters kept busy this weekend, investigating several fires in the Freeport area. The first incident, a bush and then a building fire on Polaris Drive in Britannia Estate. Both fires were extinguished. However, the building, a yellow and white single-story stone triplex, incurred extensive damage. The cost of the damage is estimated to be around $80,000. Then around 2 p.m. on Saturday afternoon, police were called to a building fire on Pinta Avenue and King Drive to a 2-story stone 9-unit townhouse complex. The fire was contained to 1 unit that received extensive damage. Investigations are continuing into both incidents. Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition continues after this.
Bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
Some good news for residents of Grand Bahama as the relationship between this island and Riviera Beach in Florida is being strengthened. Mayor of Riviera Beach, Thomas Masters, who is serving his 4th term in office, is on an official visit to Grand Bahama. During a courtesy call at the Ministry of Tourism this afternoon, Mayor Masters talked about ways to further develop our sister city relationship that will be beneficial to the residents on this island.
The sister and sister city relationship. All the modern technology, we can't find a plane. We won't have any trouble. I'm sure that about 85%, if not 95% of the businesses on this sheet will commit to giving Freeport residents a discount. Whatever that discount is what residents will get.
General Manager at the Ministry of Tourism, Betty Baffle, and Senator Julian Russell are excited about the opportunities this alliance will bring.
This is a wonderful opportunity to now grow the opportunities even further. because we're constantly seeking linkages. We're always looking for ways in which we can export our talent here from the Bahamas, from Grand Bahama. Absolutely. The arts and craft that is at such a superior standard now. Yes. We know that you have places in your stores That's where right. we can vend and sell our various products. That's and right. Even entertainment. We're also looking for opportunities to export our entertainment.
Mayor, I just want to thank you and again welcome you to Grand Bahama. And as the manager for the tourism office has said, we see lots of opportunity between Freeport and Riviera Beach.
For over 2 decades, the Free National Movement has been celebrating its founding father with a week of activities to commemorate and honor his contributions to nation building. National Vice Chairman David Thompson says Sir Cecil Wallace Whitfield will always be remembered for his commitment to promoting education and the cause for ordinary Bahamians. Senator Kwesi Thompson notes that these celebrations must continue in order to enlighten future generations of Sir Cecil's contributions to democracy in the country.
From 7 to 9:30 p.m. at F&M headquarters, we will host a Grand Bahama Island Youth Night Step Competition Battle of the High Schools, reflecting on the life and contributions of Sir Cecil Wallace Whitfield to our nation. Refreshments will be on sale. On Saturday, March 22nd, 2014, at F&M headquarters at 10 a.m., there will be an all-island meeting with the party leader, and at 1 p.m., our family fun day and competition with games and prizes will begin, with food and drinks on sale. On Sunday, March 23, 2014, we will attend church service at the Pro-Cathedral of Christ the King at 10 a.m.
It is very, very important for us to continue this tradition. To honor the memory of Sir Cecil Wallace Whitfield. It's important for us to continue to honor him as the man, but also to honor the values and principles that he stood for. They continue to motivate us today, and they continue to inspire us today.
Member of Parliament for Central Grand Bahama Nico Grant says these celebrations not only honor Sir Cecil the man, but his legacy and all that he has influenced. Member of Parliament for East Grand Bahama Peter Turnquest is encouraging all Grand Bahamians to join in the celebration.
When I reflect on the contribution that Sir Cecil and other members of the Dissident Eight has made to the preservation of democracy and the two-party system, I am inspired to go on.
We call upon all of our supporters and all of those men and women of goodwill who are interested in uplifting positive values, interested in uplifting good role models and good leadership to come out and support us on this weekend. We promise that it will be an entertaining and fun event as well as a very historical and informative event.
For the past 13 years, Microsoft and Adobe has held World Championships for Microsoft Office and Adobe Photoshop. And this summer, Baja Beach will make history as it hosts the 2014 Microsoft and Adobe Caribbean Championships in order to find their first group of competitors from the Caribbean. Baja Beach is the Caribbean partner for Freeport, and Director-Chief of Baja Beach, Dario Roberts, says that a number of countries and competitors are expected on island for the competition.
Never been a representative from the Caribbean to attend these particular championships. And so Microsoft and Adobe, along with Freeport, has mandated that we have the first ever 2014 Microsoft Adobe Championship to select the winners to go in and compete internationally this year in California. And so this particular championship will have individuals from the Bahamas all the way down to Guyana.
The competition is slated to take place June 5th through the 7th, and training program overseer Enoch Clark says so far a number of persons are taking advantage of a free training program put in place by Baja Beach. Corporate sponsor Glenn Forbes of Cool 96 says getting on board for the competition was a no-brainer.
Competition has to do with basically two of our most popular certifications, which are Microsoft Word as well as Adobe Photoshop. They will be given specific assignments within a particular time context that they have to complete. Well, being part of the competition, age 13 to 22, full-time or part-time student, you have to be that age by June 15th of this year.
The vision that they shared with me, saying, hey, we want to be a part of that for several reasons. One of them being they were investing in the next generation. Well, they are the now generation, the young people of our country, exposing them to knowledge that, as he alluded to, in most cases, folks would complete high school and then try to pursue being certified. There's a chance to get it done in school, giving them the advantage.
This is the Lenten season, and the Catholic community is preparing for the annual Lenten Mission. This year, the Catholic Church will continue its week of service. This time, it will feature a very youthful pastor from the parish of St. Paul's in Lyford Key. Father Cedric says this year they are focusing on new evangelism.
My task tonight is just basically to set the framework to deal with 4 fundamentals as it relates to the new evangelization. And then tomorrow evening, I'll begin reflecting on the theme, Touched by Christ. And on Wednesday would be Father Glenn Nixon. He will deal with Called by Christ. And on Thursday and Friday, Father Noel Clark will deal with Formed and Sent.
Host Pastor Father David Cooper says the Lenten Mission will wrap up with an address from the head of the Catholic Church in the country, His Grace Archbishop of Nassau, Patrick Pinder.
On Friday night, the closing night, we always close with a Mass, and the chief celebrant will be Archbishop Patrick Pinder. And so we'll bring it all to a crescendo Friday with Mass celebrated and all the faithful gathering. Normally, everyone who couldn't make every night will definitely be there on Friday night. And so it'll be a very powerful celebration of the Word and Sacrament. And as we close out to continue our Lenten journey, come Easter morn. So we invite everyone, all are invited to come. We start at 7 p.m. each evening. And this is the only time for us as Catholics to have an augmented word service. And so we look forward to this opportunity because the music will be very good. The choirs have been preparing. And we just want to extend an invitation to all our members and friends.
Don't go away. Ricardo Lightborn comes your way next with sports.
Everybody at Sports Time, I'm Ricardo Lightborn. Let's get cooking. Well, we tell you that the Scott Forbes, Franco Miller, they in turn had the under 13 Jamboree. It was held actually in 2 divisions for you. That's the Open and Junior Division. Agape Christian came in from Abaco for the junior segment, and they held their own. Let's go to the jockey with Jim. Agape School out of Abaco laced up the sneakers and contested the junior division of the Scott Forbes Franco Miller Jamboree. Coach Wade Adley pointed to the development aspect of his program, and it's growing. It's that aspect that has really made a difference in Agape's program, and it showed in the Jamboree. Coach Shaky Hall knew that his Wildcats was in a dogfight. A dogfight it was from start to finish, and the Jamboree was exposure for the players.
We usually use this time of the year to go ahead and develop our junior team heading into next year because some of them will become seniors next year, and that's the way we work our program, trying to develop at a young age from grade 7 straight on up to grade 12.
You've got a unique program over there. I saw your successes over there at Hugh Campbell. Tell me about your program and how is it developing at this juncture over there in Abaco?
Well, we just want to work from within. We work with the young kids, like I say, going to all the junior tournaments in the Bahamas. This upcoming summer, we're going to try to plan to travel to the United States at least once to get them some exposure in the game of basketball and just to continue to develop. That's what we're all about, developing.
Agape won the junior segment with an 18-50 win over Tabernacle. Joshua Cornish was named the most valuable player. Agape has become a fixture in the basketball arena, and it's not been by chance, said Coach Adley.
It was slow coming in, but I think the school has caught on to what we've been doing because of the success that we've had over the past few years at the senior level. We just want to translate the success from the junior level up to the senior level and continue to work it that way.
Coach Adley was named coach of the tournament with the Egmorog Blue Jays, placing 3rd in the junior division. And the scores for you from the tournament over the weekend. Let's start off with Catholic High. They had a pretty good one as well. Then the under 13 girls defeated Tabernacle 8-7. Eagmore Rock defeated Tabernacle 18-10. St. Paul's boys of Catholic High 22-11, and Jack Hayward down at Bishop McElellan 33-9. Basketball over there in Bimini from the weekend. The Bimini Sands Braves cooled off the Resort World Marlins 85-78. Jamal Roll had a great game, 35 points. Stephen Burrows Jr. led the Marlins with 25. And there's hoops tonight. GB Basketball Association St. George's Gym. College of the Bahamas will take on the Warriors for Life. Showtime Knights and Reach Out Saints will follow, and the Men of Honor and the GB Shipyard Cruisers will in turn play the feature. And I gotta say to the guys last night from Abaco who was here going back over, hey, it was good to have you on the weekend. You did leave Sires in a mess. That's the way it goes tonight.